Well, I always try to give you the dynamics of what's causing our weather and what the effects are. And this same low pressure area now that's affecting the East Coast, you can see the counterclockwise circulation. Well, when that low went through us, we didn't have any real moisture. We had some southerly flow. There was a little tiny bit of moisture up in the northeastern part of the state where our high pressure ridge allowed the moisture to flow in, and then that heavy air wedged beneath it lifted it into a little precipitation. But when the low kicks out, now as it moved across the southeast and up the coast, that counterclockwise circulation, and around a low it's counterclockwise and up into the atmosphere. So you get the most weather around a low because that's where your greatest vertical velocity is. So as this thing tracks up the East Coast, it taps Gulf moisture and then it taps the Atlantic moisture and it rolls it inland right back into that cold air. So they get the big winter storm. Now what we're going to watch coming up midweek is a low pressure area out here. We're going to get another front. It'll come through on Wednesday, and then we've got to watch this low, because if it gets trapped in there and develops and we put cold air in place, then we bring that low up, it's going to dig moisture not only out of the Pacific, mid and high level, but it can tap the Gulf moisture if it's strong enough. That creates overrun. Warm, moist air goes over the top of a dome of cool air. When you get overrun, if there's enough upward motion, you'll get precipitation. So Wednesday, we're going to get a real cold shot of air down. If we overrun it, Wednesday night or real early Thursday morning, we could get a little winter mix. And again, the temperatures are going to be low, so we'll see that on the 7-day. But everything looked very good today. The wind settled down. With that low getting further away from us, we relaxed the pressure gradient, so we didn't have that to deal with. We still have had a northwesterly wind flow today. Temperatures got up. They sure look good. You know, even with all those winds, we were right at normal. I think we were 35 and 60, and normally we're about 59 and 35. So we were close yesterday, but with the wind, you couldn't prove it by anybody. But we're 50s and 60s out there tonight. We'll be down in the 20s and 30s. So another cold night with the winds light, the skies open. We'll have several hours at and below freeze, so it will be a hard freeze night. We will get a pretty good round of cold air. The winds are starting to shift a little bit. They're going to be almost light and variable, but they're all less than 10 miles per hour. So we'll start the morning about 29, take it up to 64. These winds will become southeast, so a pretty good looking day for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Then the winds are back to the south ahead of the next front. Ahead of every front we force warm air in, so you get that 74 and the gusty winds. Here we shift it, get that front in. Here's where we'll look at overnight possible weather, 28, then 41, but then it just stays kind of cold into next weekend. And that's the way it shapes up, Bailey.
All right, thank you, Bill.